What's up everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Mario. In today's episode, I tell you about my Oreo addiction. I'm joking, so today's video is going to be all about the builds and updates on the builds, the current cars that we're working on, current projects. There's been a lot that haven't been updated in about a year. There's been a lot that haven't been updated in a month. Today's the day where we touch base on them. It's been snowing crazy lately. We've got about a foot of snow over the last couple of days. So I can't really even leave the house to go work on them, nor is there something very urgent to be done. So I figured a little update to tell people about every stage of the build and every car that's going on would be good to kind of go over today. You know what they say, third time's a charm. So the first time I tried recording this, my battery was low on my phone. Did it all over again. Put it up to the charger, started recording. 15 minutes later, my storage got low on my phone. Bruh. I brought out the big boys this time. I got my DSLR Sony A6 back up and running. Hopefully it doesn't take a dump on me, but that's one of the things you got to deal with as a YouTuber content creator. You always have to kind of be aware of your camera, your battery, your recording, your angles, yada yada. Long story short, let's just get into it. A little bit of a backstory on these cars, on the build, on the projects. A few of them aren't here anymore. The 73 911T Coupe I sold to a local buyer. Shout out Frank. He's a guy that kind of flips them, other classic cars. He fixes them, kind of gets them to where they need to go to get restored to Europe, yada yada. Another car is a 68 912, the yellow car. It actually went to California. Shout out to Felix. He's a good buddy of mine now. I sold it through Bring a Trailer. I missed that car. A lot of people said I would, and I still do, of course, and I always will. I don't think I'm ever going to find a clean one like that again. I think I just got spoiled because looking at the ones that I come across now, it's just crazy how well kept and how much love and time went into making that car the pearl it was. So we're just going to get into it with the first three air-cooled Porsche cars. The first one is a 73 911E Targa. That car we found in a barn, sat for 20-30 years. It needs a lot, and we went ahead and got it started. So if you saw in the last video on it, we got it running, and it was pretty crazy because we got it running within, a few hours of troubleshooting it. And there's a long to-do list on that car. We actually got some parts coming from URO. Shout out to Drew, Auto Technica parts over there. He actually sent us some that we're going to install, do some DIY videos on, and just show you guys the quality of their stuff and while we restore it and get it to where it needs to be. That car is going to be very clean, all original. We're going to make it shine, and it's going to be a sweet car on today's roads from the 70s. We're also getting fuel components made by a gentleman named Len, so shout out to him, and we're just going through a process of showing him what we have. Hopefully we upgrade the system to use a cheaper or less expensive fuel pump instead of a $900 to $1,000 one that's on the car originally. We're gonna have to do some metal work underneath that car, and we're gonna go ahead and have to just clean it up in general. We're gonna be dropping the motor in the next video, cleaning up all the acorns, all the pecans, all the peanuts, all that stuff, and just making it fresh and clean and more enjoyable to work on, and just that much closer to being complete. Next on the list is the 86 911 Targa. That car was in a storage container for 8 to 10 years. We pulled it out, we got it to where we needed to work on it, and unfortunately we had to move that car out of that garage. A friend of ours was moving, so in the meantime it's in an enclosed trailer until we find another spot. We bought a new fuel pump, we got a couple random components, so I'm hoping in the next video we'll have a spot for it, troubleshoot it, and get it running. Looking at what we did with the 73 Coupe and the 73 Targa, I think this one should be fairly simple to get running because the previous owner actually mentioned he just put the car there and left the state. So it was in good running condition when he left it. So I'm assuming with some good juice, a new relay, and possibly refreshing everything, we should be good to hear that thing fire up next video, and I cannot wait. That thing has a 3.2 in it. I can't wait to take that thing for a spin, feel how that motor compares to the 70s, to the 60s, and all that jazz. We got the new Targa top made for it, so that thing's coming along. It's gonna look clean. We gotta pop out a few of those dents, clean up the body a little bit, but slowly but surely that thing's gonna be back on the road. So we're also dealing with some document stuff for that car. I'm not really gonna get into it, but if you want to see the process and progress of this car, be sure to follow along. Last but not least, on the air-cooled side of things, my 77 Widebody 911's. That car is a more long-term project for me. I basically have to go in and completely do all the body work for that car. I'm gonna have to go through and completely sand down that whole thing, do a bunch of body work, fix some stuff, put new seals on that car, pull the glass, and repaint it to an original silver color. that is something that I kind of want to do myself. I don't want to just drop it off with a blank check at a shop and just be like, hey, thank you. I'm not made of money. I'm actually trying to do stuff myself, learn along the way, and I have the time and money to kind of be able to invest on this project to get it where I want to be. I want to be able to drive a car this summer and enjoy it. A lot of these cars I'm fixing, a lot of these cars I'm using as projects, I'm helping people, and I don't get to enjoy them. I don't get to really take them for a spin. I don't get to see what they got. I don't get to compare them, have real seat time. So this car, I want to be able to sit in it, drive it this summer. Hopefully by spring, I'm close or getting close to actually spraying that car. I'm going to do it myself with the help of others, with the help of YouTube videos, with the help of any other knowledge that I've acquired over the years. So be sure to stay tuned on that car. It's definitely pretty sweet. It has a mean and aggressive look, and I like it. It's already been modified, so I don't feel bad changing a few things up. I have a set of wheels I have to build out for it. I might actually buy a different set in the meantime. I definitely want to make that thing look cool and a car that I like. It definitely might even go through some other changes in the future. I might completely change it. I might go long hood. We shall see. I would love to find a bigger, beefier motor for that car and swap it in there as well. But with the price of these things, it's difficult. So be sure to follow along with that car as well. Next up is the S2000. I recently picked it up from the frame shop. I drove it here. It was super sketchy. The frame guy had it for about 2.5 months. I wasn't completely happy with how it turned out, but I mean, it is what it is. For the price I paid, it works. So the front subframe is bent, I think. If not, then the lower control arm I was sold is bent. So taking a look underneath the subframe, I couldn't tell if it was actually bent, but the control arm looked a little bit more banana shaped than it should. So I actually have an extra one that my buddy sold me. I'm gonna bring that one to the garage, compare it to the one I put on, and hopefully that control arm is fine, because I'd be pretty salty if the disassemblers sold me a bent control arm. They have tons of these cars. They take apart a bunch of them. They might have saw a passenger side control arm sitting around and been like, oh, okay, yeah, this one works, and just sold it to me without knowing that it was actually in a suspension damaged vehicle. So that would suck, but at least it would keep me from having to change the complete subframe on that car. If I gotta change the subframe, it is what it is. They're cheap enough, but it's gonna take a little bit of work. So that's the update on that car. There's a lot to do, long to-do list. I'm basically gonna be doing bulk videos. I'm gonna be doing a lot of work and doing recordings on a little bit of updates, and then putting out a video maybe once a month, once every 2 months, because this channel is more gonna get tailored toward air-cooled content, more DIY stuff with that type of vehicle. I love the S2000, homies. Shout out you guys, all those that have been watching, supporting. It's just something that's difficult to keep up with everything going on. So I'm gonna be changing the top, doing the interior, doing the mechanical, and realigning the front end, painting the whole thing, all that good stuff. Putting some different wheels on it as well. Can't wait for summer. The drop top is something that I love. Next up is the Dodge Viper GTS. It's a buddy's car that we kind of put on the back burner. He's been taking it shop to shop, getting the front end repainted, readjusted, repainted, a sensor change, the radiator was overheating, a bunch of stuff. So those cars are actually really sweet. They've gone up in value. It's basically wrapped up. We're gonna do basically one more wrap up video to finish up this series. Hopefully it's gonna be sweet. Hopefully we can get my buddy the Goose to record some stuff for us. It's actually gonna be up for sale. If anyone's interested, hit my line. Last but not least is the Tesla. The Tesla has just been also on the back burner collecting dust while parts have been coming in. A lot of people have been asking me. That car wasn't even a bad hit, so it should have been done quicker, but all these things and life and priorities come into play, and it's just something that gets pushed back. So a lot of parts have been coming in, some work has been getting done, so we'll be sure to put out a video hopefully the next few weeks on an update, and I'm assuming we're going to get more clips on it getting painted, back on the road, it driving, and all that good stuff. I've met some cool people in the Tesla community as well, so shout out to you guys, and just be sure to follow along, and any updates on the Teslas should be coming soon. So those are all the current project and the ones that are moving currently in the channel. We also have some stuff that is coming soon. I got 2 cars that I actually put deposits on or paid for in full. One of them is actually a 76 Porsche and one is a 91 Porsche. So it's gonna be my first 964 generation Porsche. That is gonna be a very long-term project as long as I have the space for it. The 76 is gonna be more of something shorter and might be a quick flip, but it's definitely gonna be very interesting. I've not had one of these cars on this channel yet. It's different from my 77. Let's just say that as a little hint. So that's just something new coming for 2022. I'm trying to keep stuff fresh for this channel. I can always be like other YouTubers and buy the newest, the latest and greatest, and kind of just be like all in on it, but obviously I don't have the funds at this point. I'm not getting paid a lot, and I definitely just want to try to grow this channel as a learning experience and trying to share with the community. I'm not trying to just shout at the camera. I'm not trying to do anything crazy yet. I kind of want to do some fun stuff with the S2000, kind of just beat around with it. But that's kind of like something I might get into later. Overall, I've been loving what I've been doing in the meantime. I've been meeting new people and meeting others and kind of linking those people together. It's great to have a community where you can help each other out, learn from each other, and just grow with each other. I appreciate all the family and friends who have been supporting me thus far. Appreciate those people who I've met, have given me any pointers, have given me any constructive criticism. It's all taken into account and it doesn't go unnoticed. I hope I can offer some great videos for this 2022 year. And if you guys have any questions, comments, anything that you would like to see, make sure you drop it below in the comments. So I got a full-time job and I'm doing YouTube and I'm trying to find me and my wife our first home. We've been married for 1.5 years and this market and current economy just sucks and it's super difficult and annoying to try to find something decent and not to be a product of someone else's flip. So it's definitely a lot to juggle at this time. I'm kind of helping others while trying to keep up the content for myself and as well as just, you know, have time to spend with my wife and family. So it's difficult, but it's something I enjoy doing. I like to become more efficient. I like editing, learning how to do stuff a little bit better, and I definitely have some cool stuff in store. I can't wait to see how the channel grows, all the new people I meet, and just being able to provide more and more content for you guys. Be sure to drop a like, leave a comment, subscribe if you haven't done so already. I hope you like this little update video on the builds and the projects, and I'll catch you guys next time. As always, be blessed and be superish. Ja robi video, ba sure, ta, ja možu vrete.